What's up, YouTube? It's Mr. Ferguson back once again here from Central North Carolina. Thank you guys so much for checking us out here in the what appears to be the transition over into the cooler time of the year, at least here in Central North Carolina, which we would call the winter months, which is normally late December, January, February, and then we start to trend to warm up towards March most of the time. But as we know, weather can change, patterns are different. Sometimes we'll warm up quicker and then cool back off, and sometimes we'll just stay cool for who knows what we're in store for when the warm season and the temps will rise back up. But currently, we're still technically in fall as we are in the beginning of December, and we've had a lot of mornings here in Central North Carolina, and I'm sure further north you guys have even cooler, but we've had temperatures in the upper teens, even into the 20s. This morning walking out, the cars are completely frosted over. Not seen that in a good while. We got to actually warm up the car before we drive. It's been a while testing our batteries and tire pressure. So I'm sure you guys are experiencing the same thing. We actually even have a little bit of winter precip that they're talking about, which everybody here in North Carolina freaks out. Oh my God, we can't drive. It's not even supposed to accumulate. It's only supposed to be in the mid-morning or the early morning and be gone by that afternoon, but everybody freaks out. Hey, it's an excuse to stay home, not go to school. We'll see what happens. But point being, we're in that season now where we're getting snow, we're getting sleet. We're here in North Carolina, we get a lot of mixed precipitation, sleet, freezing rain, and snow, which is a little more dangerous, I would say, than just the snow itself. So for you up north that's got snow, we have not had snow in a very long time here. I think we may have gotten a little bit last year. But anyways, it's rare here in North Carolina, it seems. So lawn care wise, clearly, you guys have seen the last several videos. No big changes, obviously. No need to mow the grass when we're this cold. And even though we've put down what seems like a crap ton of the 700 green effect with iron, the color is absolutely outstanding, but the growth has been minimal. And a lot of that, as we've said, is due to lack of rain and water. We did have a day on, I believe, Wednesday, maybe it was Tuesday, that was just rain all day pretty much. And even still, just a lot of, you'll see where the grass starts shooting up here and there in the spring, and just not seeing that at all. It's like it just soaked it up and no change. It still looks very carpet-like out there in my lawn. So just wanted to update you on looking ahead and what can we do now? Kind of what is this? Well, not knowing it, the term that always comes around on YouTube and lawn care communities is winterizer, and Lowe's and marketing and all that, talking about put your winterizer down. And so we explain that. We talk about that every single year, which is just a marketing term that is for the last fertilizer application of the year. Most of you up north who's already got snow on the ground and 5 inches of snow, you're probably well past this. Only probably North Carolina and South, the people that have cool season turf, are we really even eligible, if you will, or able to put down one more application of fertilizer for color? Me not knowing it, the 700 we put down with the iron, 6% iron in that, by the way, looks like it was my last fertilizer application of the season, and I'm totally fine with that. It looks absolutely spectacular, and as I've told some of you in the comments, if we lock into dormancy from this point forward, as the color stands now, it will look good for a long time until this fert phases out. But, a lot of times when I got into lawn care, they talk about, well, what's the purpose of fertilizing right before the lawn goes dormant, kind of shuts down for the winter? And the explanation that I've always heard, I'm not an expert, I'm a DIYer, so I'm just bringing you guys what I've heard, the pros and cons. The pros were you put down some fertilizer, we go dormant, it kind of stores that into the soil, into the plant, and then when spring rolls around and everything kind of busts out, then that fertilizer just, boom, it goes back to where it picked off, or where it left off, and everything greens up and uses that stored fertilizer, and everything just jumps off and looks fantastic. That's the theory. That's the idea of the, quote, winterizer app at the end of the season. What I've heard Ryan Knorr specifically say is he does not like to do that. And now that I've mentioned it, I cannot remember why he said that, but he is not a big fan of doing that because he doesn't want the lawn to jump off and all of a sudden grow. He likes to, maybe plant some seed, maybe do some other things. He doesn't do a, quote, winterizer. So it makes me think that that theory may be true because he says he doesn't like to do it. So it must work if Ryan doesn't like to do it, but he doesn't like that. And I understand when you get that first day of spring and then your lawn's like, oh, it's spring. And all of a sudden all this growth happens. You're like, whoa, now you got to get out there and mow. So anyways, that's what, that's kind of the period that we're in right now. We're well outside of fungicides, dealing with that type of stuff because we know we have cooler soil temperatures, definitely have cooler air temperatures. We've sprayed some weeds. You still, if you're in North Carolina like me, we still have time. If you wanted to do something in the lawn, going and killing some of the cool season 2,4-D weeds, as we say, is definitely something we can do on the weekend. Biostimulants is something else we could be doing right now. If you want to get out, you want to do something, it's too hot in the house because the wife's having hot flashes, Christmas music, you just got to get outside and do something, man. There's people coming over and you don't like them so much. I need to go do something in the lawn. Well, you could do CK, you could do some RGS, you could do some humic acid, and spray those types of things in the lawn if you have that. Those are some options as well. I mentioned also briefly, there's other little tidy things that I don't want to do that I need to do. And this is a good example. All around my house where we spread seed all the time, you can see where we have seed basically in the mulch beds. And that needs to be something that you can do in the cooler months, bending over, plucking weeds, you know, or plucking grass in this case, where we have this, you know, where we have our edge where we're actually weed eating over here. I want to take all this out. Now you can bury mulch on top of it, but the green shoots is one option, which I typically go to, believe it or not. I come and I pump, boom, 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 and I just hit all of these with the green shoots and forget about it. And it just goes away and establishes our edge again. You can see a big clump of fescue back there behind the tree. But you see some poetriv back here beginning to develop, and looks like some of those clover over here by the guard is coming back, the water thing right there, and some poetriv by the rock and the mulch. And so cleaning up some of these areas is little things we can do during these times where we're not mowing so much. We don't need to mow, but all of this fescue that's kind of just populating here. We got a little bit of moss trending here, and you can see what I'm talking about. Seed that's went over into the areas we don't want grass. It's obviously, we can use something like glyphosate. It is a little dangerous when we're getting this close to the actual good turf and we're trying to spray just these little guys. Plucking it out is an option. If that's too difficult for your hands, obviously the green shoots, I love the green shoots option. That is also the way, but one way or another, we want to clean that up. That's something that I want to do and need to do. That this is the perfect time to do it. Now, will I actually get out here and do it? I don't know. I may have to get like you guys in that mood to want to come out and do something. But that's something we can do during these months after seeding, where our seed maybe got spread out into the rocks. We want to clean that up. And obviously springtime's more fun when you can get out and put shorts on again. You're like, oh yes, the sun. And so more than likely that's probably when I will do it myself as well. But establishing another thing that I've thought of mowing that I've not talked about on the channel is my tree rings in the front yard where I got the nativity scene currently, and also on the right side. I need to extend the tree rings in my yard. The problem with the front yard, matter of fact, let's just walk over there real fast and let's talk about it that way. So we're live here from Bethlehem, where the baby Jesus is about to be born in like 20 days. But it looks like there's wise men that have already come, and there's some animals here. And so I'm just kidding. But anyways, you see the tree ring we were talking about here. This one's not as bad. I think it could help to extend. But again, we've got roots right here that are exposed on the ground. So taking this out to here and trying to do a circle around makes our tree ring bigger. But also down here, which may or may not be a good thing, it would extend our tree ring probably to here, and we're getting closer to the ditch over here. And so when you get closer to the ditch, obviously when we're trying to fill this up with mulch, we got a slope right here. We're pretty much at this point at the end of the slope. Now we start going downhill, and so when we're trying to mulch this, if we ever have a big rain, it's going to really just wash that away. And so it gets weird there. So it's something that I'm considering here. But going back to what we were previously talking about, we definitely have a lot of grass over here. Everywhere that I'm walking, there is grass all over. I mean, it would take several minutes. It's not impossible to pluck all of this out, but it would be annoying and it would be time consuming. More than likely, and I'm starting to see even like bare dirt right here, where we definitely need a truckload of mulch to be able to straighten this up and make it look better. But want to get all this grass out and need to definitely clean this up after the holidays, maybe spring, and get some more mulch in here to look better. Today's weather, actually, while we're over here, is actually not bad. Today we're about 50 degrees or so it feels really nice. Considered going and hitting some balls, but had to pick up my daughter from club here soon, and not going to be able to do it. But back to the tree ring discussion, this one is clearly well overdue for expanding. And so you can see just how small this tree ring is, and the tree we did it one time, and now the tree is definitely grown in size, and it is just a super small tree ring. This needs to be extended. I constantly am reaching under here with my mower, and it's aggravating, and I'm like, oh, it really needs to come out probably 2 feet, 2 size 10s to right here for the width of these branches, or just obviously clip the branches back clearly. But it needs to come out at least one of my shoe sizes, and all the way around, which on this one, that may be something we do in the spring, but coming around, just taking out all this grass. And again, when we do that, I'm not just throwing the grass in the woods. You can take these and use these as plugs anywhere else on the lawn where maybe you had no growth or anything of that nature. You can transplant that into other areas. And so that's something that definitely is a project you can do in the wintertime, but more than likely will be done in the spring. And as we just head back this way towards the back porch, again, you can see all of this side area that I put some mulch down probably last year. You see all the grass that got thrown over here with the grass seed that just needs to be handled. And I actually once have already come through here, and I must have missed some of this because I know I put some of the green shoots on top of some of this grass. Some of it must have died off. It could have got washed off by rain or something, I'm not sure. But you can see as I come around, we just got stray grass like all up against the house. Don't want to weed eat, and that's why we want to hit that with, really just hit it with one round of some type of Roundup or something equal to that. So that's what we want to do there. So again, the lawn's looking good. These are not things that we need to do, but if we're looking to, hey, what can I do? It's different type of chores in the lawn besides weed eating, blowing out. Obviously, we got leaf duty still. If you've got a lot of trees, I know a lot of you guys may have a lot of trees. The leaves have really settled down. We got this guy over here, and really we got gumballs that are probably going to be coming next. And my goodness, I hate those things, but they'll be coming before long. But really, it's just odd jobs. So that's kind of what I'm looking at my lawn. I'm sure you've got other small projects that you guys can do, but there's still things we can do. We're just not mowing and trying not to trample on the lawn when the frost is out either, damaging the blade. So we don't want to do that, and I try to remind the kids on that as well. So anyways, just some odd things that I've seen here in my lawn, expanding the tree ring and the non-grass areas, getting the grass out where seed has went. That's a huge one. So anyways, I hope you guys are having a great Friday. Just wanted to give you a quick one here on Friday to watch. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you hit the like button below. It helps us to get out to others. And hopefully we can get some new subscribers, new members watching the channel in this 2026 spring season that we got coming up soon. God bless you guys. Have a great Friday. We'll see you next time.